Coming down Main Straight. The green flag falls and they're on their way. And it was the 43 of Darren Scott who went to the lead. Just a little bit slippery and slidey there in turn one. But that'll pack down after about 3 or 4 laps, and they should take it easily and steadily until it does so. Darren Scott the leader. From the number 7 of Gary Searle, who comes down on the inside of Scott to look for the lead. But still Scott has the advantage. Searle is in second place. Here's a driver getting into trouble. Richard Hughes in the car number 44 doing a lot of fishtailing in Main Straightaway. But fortunately, he didn't cause any damage. The orange car number 43, driven by Darren Scott, is in the lead. Second place being held by Gary Searle. Third place is Ron St. John. Fourth is the 71 of Tom Grant. And then comes the 75 car in 5th place, starting to blow some steam from the engine. 43, Darren Scott the leader. Here's a change with a driver trying to come up on the outside. The driver in 75 now switching back down to the inside, getting a little bit untidy now as he starts to slip and slide all over the place. The leader is the 43 of Darren Scott, but he got out very wide. He had a clout with the concrete wall, and Gary Searle was able to take the advantage very quickly. And Searle goes into the lead. Darren Scott running second. Then Tom Grant running third, followed by the driver of 75. Then comes the 86 of Rickson. Now they're up to the slower traffic, and Darren Scott's getting into trouble in the slower traffic. Out towards the wall he goes, and where he stops, right in front of the pit box. Balls, away they go. The number 71 of Tom Grant shot to the lead on the outside of Gary Searle. He took the advantage of the race stoppage, did Tom Grant, and has bolted to the lead. Gary Searle back to second place, and the car number 20 moving up to challenge for third spot, or as it is in fact in third spot. That's the 86 of Ian Rickson, then the 20 of Bill Chapman, who is dropping back to 4th place. Our race leader is the 71 Tom Grant. He has a comfortable lead from Gary Searle. Then comes Ian Rickson, followed by Bill Chapman, and then Ron St. John. No change in that order, and in fact they're strung out. Not a great deal of interest in the race. A bit hard to find out or find a spot where there's any really serious challenge. They're strung right out, and they're coming up for a white flag. 1 lap to go. Tom Grant leads from Gary Searle, Ian Rickson, Bill Chapman getting up on the outside of Rickson, who got into a bit of trouble there in 3rd place. Gary Searle getting out very wide with the and connecting the concrete wall, and so too did Bill Chapman. But the checkered flag will come out now, and it will fall to the number 71 car, driven by Tom Grant. Second place goes to 7 Gary Searle, 86 Ian Rickson third, 20 Bill Chapman fourth, and the 8 of Ron St. John was 5th. No time was taken because of the race stoppage. Cars rolling. This is the Big E for the modified rods. This is their feature race. Stand by for the start. The green flag falls, and away they go in the modified rod feature, and it was Mark Goodwin in the car number 37 who shot to the lead. Bit of bumping back in midfield. That took place between the 98 of Bruce McCulloch and the 30 of Greg Ross, as Greg Ross tries to drive right round the field coming through turn 3-4, and they safely complete lap 1. Mark Goodwin the leader, and is opening up a pretty handy break. I think Greg Ross realises this, and he's trying to get out of the pack quickly to chase off after the leader Mark Goodwin before he establishes too big a break. Goodwin the leader. Gary Jeffs now, he'll drive down tight and low all the way, Gary Jeffs, there's no doubt about that. Greg Ross knows that. Out onto the concrete wall goes Greg Ross. Now he comes down the outside of Gary Jeffs, and he goes into a clear second place, and he chases out after the race leader Mark Goodwin. Goodwin the leader from Greg Ross, then Gary Jeffs, Paul Rinkin, Bruce McCulloch, Warren Vassell, Neil Gillespie, Eric Lavender and Graham Edmond. What a bunch of cars they make. There's, 7 of them all bunched up together within the space of about 20 metres there as they go down back straight away. Let's keep our eye on that pack of cars. There's Graham Edmond going through, bashing his way through on the inside of Eric Lavender. Warren Bassel out very wide. Bruce McCulloch ploughs into the concrete wall. David King follows him in. McCulloch goes off onto the infield. Let's check the race order. 37, the white car 37, Mark Goodwin the leader. Then there's a break of about 20 or 30 metres back to the 30 car of Greg Ross. He's in second place. Third place is now the orange car number 3 of Neil Gillespie. Fourth place, the blue car 31 of Gary Jeffs. And in fifth place, the blue and white car number 12 of Graham Edmund. Still the 37 car of Goodwin has the lead. The number 30 car of Greg Ross has him in his sights. There's no traffic between he and Goodwin at the moment. So Ross will try and make up some ground on the front runner, Mark Goodwin. Now Neil Gillespie's running third and he's wending his way through traffic. And putting himself up into a challenging position. Then comes the 27 of Warren Bassel, who's fourth. 12, Graham Edmund, fifth. And 10, Eric Lavender, is sixth. They're the top 6 cars. With Mark Goodwin trying to put more slower traffic between he and Greg Ross as they go down the back straight, and he succeeded in doing that. However, I detect wisps of smoke starting to come from the back of the Mark Goodwin car, and he could be in trouble. The race leader looks to be in trouble. Smoke pouring out of the back of the car. Greg Ross, the second place getter, was balked by a slower car there as he tried to go around the outside and lost some ground. Now he's got Mark Goodwin back in his sights again, and Neil Gillespie's joined in. So now we've got a pretty good car race on our hands with only 9 laps to go. Slow traffic ahead of the leader, Mark Goodwin. What's going to happen here? Greg Ross coming up on the inside. And Neil Gillespie now. They're almost running bumper to bumper, nose to tail, these 3. Mark Goodwin leads, only 8 laps to go, but the danger is right there now. Greg Ross comes up on the inside, momentarily got the lead, but was hampered by a slower car, went back into second place when Mark Goodwin got back to the lead. And Neil Gillespie just seems to be biding his time at the moment. 7 laps to go. Still Mark Goodwin leads Greg Ross. Greg Ross got a run up on the inside and he goes to the lead. Greg Ross got the advantage on Mark Goodwin, who's back to second. Neil Gillespie's running third. Warren Bassel is fourth. Graham Edmund is fifth. Eric Lavender is sixth. The race leader is the low-built car, number 30, of Greg Ross. The black and silver car, the white car, number 37, of Mark Goodwin is running second, still blowing plenty of smoke. Then the number 3 of Neil Gillespie. Only 4. Mark Goodwin's got into trouble. Back onto the track. But Neil Gillespie goes up to second place. Mark Goodwin drops back to third. Greg Ross, the leader, trying to put slow cars between he and Neil Gillespie, but Gillespie goes round the outside. And Gillespie's got Greg Ross in his clear sight now, and he'll chase very strongly, but there are only 3 laps to go. And this race has gone uninterrupted to this point of time. Greg Ross, Neil Gillespie, third place Mark Goodwin, fourth place Graham Edmund, although he's going to spin out, is he? No, he's not. Up onto the infield he goes. Eric Lavender went round the outside of him. Here's the white flag coming out. Only 1 lap to go. Greg Ross and Neil Gillespie getting up on the inside. Oh, Greg Ross got a beautiful split there. Neil Gillespie followed him through. They're on the last lap. Ross from Gillespie coming down to the checkered flag. I think Greg Ross can hang on, and that's a damn good win. Greg Ross first, Neil Gillespie second. Now third place will go to the 37 of Mark Goodwin, and that's a good drive by him too. The 10 of Eric Lavender was fourth. The 12 of Graham Edmund is fifth. and an uninterrupted 20-lap time of 6 minutes, 4.962 seconds. 30. Greg Ross is first. 3.